course, is the one, the only Sangha of the Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third installment of the No Main Topic Show. Here we have opening for us is the one, the only, unmistakable Sangha of the Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, good night and welcome to the No Main Topic Show. Here, there's no main topic. We don't discuss everything from no filters, the censors, no bleep button, nothing. Pull up a seat and have a listen. Make no mistake, this is what you've been missing. Political to mystical, I promise you, not to bullshit you. Shout out to S.STREET Media and the Good Brothers Math and Sosa. You can follow us at S.STREET Media on Instagram and myself, Coquito_King_New York. Ladies and gentlemen, who do I have here with me? We have the one, the only, the last student of Baba Olatunji, the second coming of Drums and Passion. We have here Sangha of the Valley.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yo, it is beautiful, I swear. It's beautiful to be one of the first instruments on S.STREET Media. The drum to be the first instrument. Yo, this is a beautiful thing right now. Now, normally when I get into political current events and all that. I think I'm going to leave that alone this time. I think I'm going to leave that alone so we can enjoy more of the mood and the rhythm, you know, to take us away from all of that. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
What's up, man? How you been?
I'm chilling, man.
All right, good. Finally good to get you here.
I'm glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming. I really do. And we're going to have a great show today. We're going to have a great show. You heard it here first.
We here.
Right. So the rhythm you introduced us with, what was the name of that rhythm?
I'm the drum, you're the drum, we're the drum.
Powerful message right
Yes,
there.
sir. That's what that rhythm says. I'm the drum, you're the drum, we're the drum. Yes, I am.
That's beautiful right there. Got the whole show going, the blood flowing. I'm sweating a little more than usual. Okay, all right, cool. So, I know a little bit of your background, but the people at home don't know. So tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm son of the valley, born Anthony Francis, in the island, the Republican Island of Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT?
TNT Passe. You see, I grew up on that island for 17 years, never left it. Then I came to the United States in 1974, and it was like, it just kept rolling, I got some drum lessons, free lessons, right? So that brother, Russell Robinson, and he had it together, you see? So I came here, bam, that group's called Liberation Ensemble. His name is Russell Robinson. And prior to that, I was doing a little singing, a little top 40, Like back in the day, you had to do that stuff. You know, if you play the drum,
Right.
you know, you had to sing. You
So
know.
the drum found you when you came to the States, or
Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, I was in a roots organization, you know, called NJAC, the National Joint Action Committee.
all right.
And through that organization, they taught us how to seek Africa.
Mm.
And from there, you know, I like music, and there was something about the drums that just called me, you know, saying, well, yo, here I am, you know. So I met my brethren, and, you know, we call him Sundai, you know.
Okay.
So he used to skin the drums and, you know, hook the drums up. We used to go play feasts and, you know, run around the island with the drum. Then I got into, like, the commercial aspect of the drum, which is in the bands, you know, in the calypso bands. So with that, you know, it brought that to coming to New York with that.
Oh, okay.
Meeting New York as it is, that I had no idea what was happening.
Mid 1970s New York City at that.
Yeah, you're 1974, you know.
Very very specific flavor that this town does not have anymore.
Yeah, you know. But, you know, we still have it. But here's what. A lot of people can't afford the rents, man.
Mm.
But the people still here, you know, but
Right.
they can't afford to move around like they
The
used
the
to.
energy's still here, man.
Yeah,
It
they can't
is.
move. If you could move them around and get them somewhere and pay them, they'll all be there.
Yep.
You see, but things are tight.
Right.
So it goes back to, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long did you run around the drum? You know, how profound was the drum to you before you met Baba Olatunji?
Oh man, the drum was everything to me before Baba, you know, because the drum was a representation of Africa for me.
Uh-huh.
And my thing was always the motherland, you know. Whether it's the drum, whether it's the singing, whether it's the balafon, whether it's the shakeré, whether, you know, it's to get
Mind
the,
you, all that he's talking about, he knows how to play. I've seen it. I've seen it all. It's amazing.
yeah, you know, we study, you know, and, you know, this thing go way back, you know. So the thing is that you moving through a channel of a spiritual energy that's guiding you to somewhere where you need to be. Like right now, my age, I was this age before, you know.
Right. Right.
You know, 25-year-old, you bopping around, but now I can't bop around. So what I have to do is lay it down on the line.
Right.
So everything I learned, I have to now bring it to the front,
That's
like the
great.
Sankofa, you know what I mean?
Right. Baba Olatunji is one of the biggest purveyors of the drum in the entire world. Open for a lot of acts like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, man. Big things.
You know, big influence. Well, who's the influence? Him on Bob Marley or Bob Marley on him?
Nah, you can't go, you know, like above Baba, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
like, you know, like.
So his influence is pretty big around the world.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in 1959, the man sold a whole lot of records.
Right.
You
so
know?
what was that like seeing that world? You know, when you got down with Baba, like how did that revolutionize things? How did it change things for you?
Well, you know, it got me to take the culture of Trinidad and Tobago around the world. Everywhere I went, I represent my country.
Right.
So they asked me, where you from? You know, most of them, they figure they know. They say Jamaica, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, nah, because they see the locks, they say Jamaica. But it's not. It's Trinidad and Tobago. And that's an honor, you know, to be able to go places where people never heard of your island. And when you leave, they dance in soca. They know Mighty Sparrow. They know Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
This builds the world, you know, awareness, you know,
Yeah, we be in the crib,
out
right?
out in that.
We be chilling. Here he come, pull out all the soca DVDs, right?
Yeah, man.
Bring back the stage, bring back the
That's
stage.
it. That's it.
It's a serious thing, boy. I
Yeah.
swear. It's like you get right into the culture, man.
Of
and,
course.
This gentleman taught me how to play the drum. I play the drum. You know, I love playing the drum. I love what it does for me. And he recently taught my daughters too. So it was, you know, it's pretty special having him here.
Well, we family, man.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
it's our duty
Right,
to rock
right.
the beat.
Okay, so we gonna get into another rhythm right now. I don't know what it is, but you know we riding a good vibe here, and this is what we gonna do, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Sanga of the Valley.
Yeah, we're gonna take it down to Brazil, you know. Yeah. Vive lá, sou eu, vive lá, sou eu, birimbau, pandeu, capoeira, sonjeu. Yeah. Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Down by the river, we do everything. Down by the river we get together. Down by the river we find our girls. Down by the river we hang out together. Padanawe, Padanawe, Padana.
Hey, I know what that is. I know what that is. Yo, Matt, what was that movie? What was that movie? Homeboy was doing the capoeira and whatnot. They were singing that song. He was a gym teacher or something. What was the name of that flick? I know what it is. I know what it is. I think it's Only the Strong or something. Only the something,
Yeah,
right?
I think Only the Strong.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I heard about it.
All right. So now, when I first started doing the rhythms, it was cool to me because what I realized is once the rhythm was over, to me it felt like everybody had left the room, right? Like suddenly, boom,
Boom.
everybody gone. You know, just that quickly. So it taught me that the drum can keep you company, right?
Oh yeah.
Personally, sometimes, and you know, life can throw you curveballs, and sometimes your energy be all over the place. And once you put your hand on that skin, something kind of come through you, and it's not a black thing. You know, millions of people that's not full of color, white folks got drums. Okay, has the same effect on
mucho.
Yeah, it's a human family thing. It really is. Days are tough, you know. I don't bring home I don't bring home hard days in my family. If I get upset about something, it's because something happened in the house. It's not related to the dickheads at work. But if I'm feeling like that, I'll take that drum, go somewhere, and tap myself out. You know, chilling and just feel the rhythm.
It moves the blood, you know.
Yeah, it
moves the
really
blood.
does. It moves the blood. It moves the energy. Okay,
Yeah.
It'll help you cry some stuff out. It'll make you smile some stuff out. It also taught me to take a moment to recognize how good life is. You know, having that drum in the house makes a huge difference on the family's attitude. It's like grandma controlling dinner, grandma controlling how you eat. You know, she makes sure you fed good food and it have her love on it. You play that rhythm, you know, you can't lie to yourself. That's one thing a drum does. Drum act like a truth serum. You cannot lie to the drum.
Well, you know what you just said, you know, about a drum in the home.
Right.
That was one thing that Baba Olatunji always talked about. That he said every home should have a drum. That was his mission. He said he even want to put a drum on the moon. You know, that's how deep he went. You know, you want to put a first drum on the moon.
Right.
So you never know. You know.
So once upon a time, a young man like myself fell in love. Okay, married a beautiful woman, and her family, you know, they played the drum. I know there's all the guys in there had djembes right now, so it's pretty cool. They got their own little thing going on, right? And so years and years went by, I ain't paid no mind, and then they began talking about Sangha, Tony's father, Sangha. I said, okay, never met the guy. Here it is, we meet, and I see he got the drum thing going on, so all right, bet. I'm gonna do this djembe thing. We got it going on, three, four guys, you know, rocking the djembe, and I went and learned. And learning from him, since I was a big dude, so you got big energy, so you could play the bottom. I'm like, well, I'm on the bottom. Like, why that just? He said, the bottom is the structure. So, you know, you're in construction, so you know how important the bottom of the building is. I said, oh, okay. So when I play the bottom, it holds the entire rhythm, believe it or not. I'm nice on the other ones, especially in the top. I'm real good, but the bottom is what sets everybody straight. If we pick that rhythm up any faster, we got to follow along. If we go any slower, we got to follow along. You don't follow the guy hitting the high level solos. You don't really follow the middle guy. Everyone follows the bottom guy. So it showed me also what responsibility also meant in the group setting. A lot of where I learned more about how much the bottom matters is when I do dance classes with other drummers. It'd be a line about 15, 20 guys sometime, all different types of drummers. Usually we just follow the elder, and of course we follow in the dance and the rhythm. When it comes to dance, Sangha, how does dance and the rhythm coincide?
Well, you see, like you move, the dance tell a story. When you dance, you tell a story. The rhythm have the story, but when you hear the rhythm, you know you have to kind of understand what's going on within that community with that rhythm, because each community have their own rhythms for their own things.
Right.
But when you could see someone dance, you could basically tell what that rhythm is about.
Oh.
Because she's going to either dance like a bird or she's going to dance like whatever the story. She's going to show you pain or she's going to show you laughter. He or she is going to show you joy, or the children. You know, the dance express that. So the drummer playing for the dancer giving her that vibe of a feeling of a bird. Or the rhythm is fiery, so the dancer moves real fiery. So it's set from the rhythm, but they took away these drums in 1692.
Oh.
So the Vatican took away the drums. So what's happening is the dance became the drum.
Hmm.
You see, because you put the rhythm in your feet. So we got tap dance now. We got all this sand dance. You have a lot of things with the feet, but when you listen to it, it's accenting the drum, guitars, pianos, all these things accenting the drum.
Yeah, James Brown said that. What you got there in your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a guitar. No, it ain't. What you got there in your hand? Where's the
Mm-hmm.
keyboard? No, it ain't. What you got there in your hand? Saxophone. No, it ain't. You got a drum. You got a drum and you
Yep.
got a drum. You
All
playing
these
your thing.
instruments are drums.
I like that. I like that. So dancing and rhythm working together. How important is that to personal spirituality? How important is that to healing? How important is that to maintaining peace or getting rid of negativity?
Well, I mean, if you could dance your troubles away,
Mm.
if you get up and you go to a dance class, you're guaranteed to feel better when you leave that class. If you go to a yoga class, when you leave that yoga class, you will feel better.
Mm.
Because number one, you did something for yourself. So when someone dance, it makes someone stop and just for as long as that dance is, pay attention, which slows that person's metabolism down. It slows that blood count down just for that time, you know. And when they exit from that moment, they're either going to be so grateful to that dance and they're going to tell someone else about it. And before you know it, this dance is famous.
Mm.
You see? This dance is Michael Jackson. This dance is James Brown. This dance is Chubby Checker. You know what I mean? They see the person dancing like, whoa, it gets deeper, you know? So I mean, who saw drums of passion, when they first performed? 1959,
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
Hmm.
1959. That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
So
For
what?
you to drop an album and you sell over 8 million copies of drumming and words, songs from Africa.
Wow. 1959. That was an ugly time for black folks, wasn't
Come
it?
on, man.
Oh my goodness.
You know what
So
time it is with that, man.
how did that? Wow. You
It ain't
sold.
just the album being dropped. And CBS Columbia, they released the album.
They didn't.
They did.
Oh wow.
You see, and it went
That was
worldwide.
live.
They never thought that the drum could do that. It went worldwide.
Hmm.
So that they paid attention to drumming then. It's bringing them money.
So from 59, like how long did the drum craze last? I remember I'm from the 80s. I can remember being a kid, drum corps and drum lines all throughout Coney Island. I remember the cats used to dance in Kaiser Park. The dudes playing the drums. So wow, 59, 69, so like 20 something years that this drum has been on the scene.
Hmm.
Tell me how what was it like during the 70s? You had groups like what's these people? Kinshasa. What is it? What are they again? The Fania All Stars and the rest of them.
Hmm.
What was that like? I mean, not to say any kind of competition, but to see like a pure Latin thing all up on the scene with the drum,
Hmm.
like how well was that received with the African community? Was there any kind of like who the hell are they, or was it more like wow, who the hell are they?
No, you see the thing with Fania, they came to the black community and got their music.
Oh, okay.
You see, so Johnny Pacheco, he always go to the island where the music is being played. So in Fania, you will hear calypso. In Fania, you will hear like jazz, you know. And where did they get that jazz from to call it Latin jazz? Fania got it all. Johnny Pacheco is like he's Dominicano, but he's like one of the most creative cats when you say conducting an orchestra and keeping it live, you know what I mean? So with Fania, they even went to Africa, and of course Hector Lavoe, you can't get no better than Hector, man.
Cantante.
Hey yo,
Hmm.
cantante of all cantantes,
Hmm.
and all of them deal with their drum, which is from the Congo. So you see, they can't escape. So most Latin people don't think of that. They don't think that their drum come out of the Congo. And if you don't believe me, go to the movie called Salsa the Movie. And they're gonna break it down and show you. Geraldo Rivera, he talks about that. So this thing is all, and with the internet now, it's coming out clearer and clearer and clearer. But the drum is healing. So when you guys check out your yoga and you check out your this and your Pilates and your Pilates and Dudadis and Huadis, come and sit down with
They
the
keep changing the
drum.
name out of this shit too damn fast. It's like they change it so fast you can't even make a fucking decent joke.
Yeah, man, you gotta
yeah,
keep
but
up. Five rhythms, global, five rhythms. So it's you gotta understand. Like the drum has its own power. It has its own power, and it's gonna live.
that's a beautiful thing, man. It really is.
It's gonna live.
So yeah, you guys gotta get yourself some djembes, man. Doesn't matter what color you are, okay? You need to get yourself some good quality drums, okay? I'll tell you where to get them. I ain't gonna put them out there just that quick, cause so many people have a drum. You don't want to alienate nobody and saying, "Oh, only go over here and get so and so and such." So we're gonna go on to the next rhythm and get on some more topics. I gave you Sangha of the Valley.
Yeah. Merengue, merengue. Wawanku. Merengue, merengue. Wawanku. Merengue. Wawanku. 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 Wawanku.
Wawanko.
Merengue, merengue. Merengue, merengue.
Wawanko.
Merengue, merengue.
Wawanko.
Merengue, merengue.
Mawanko.
Merengue, merengue.
Wawanko. Ooh,
Yes,
that was
man.
tough right there. I like that.
Merengue.
Right. One of the things I learned from tapping the drum at home by myself and just going over the rhythms, just each one and taking the time to get each and every single note right. One of the things I learned is that the rhythm has a real powerful energy. We kind of spoke about that kind of all through everything that we've been speaking about already, but it's a powerful one. Like he said, it slows the blood down. It smooths out the heartbeat. It also can take away a little bit of psychosis. All right, I've seen this whole thing work. All right, it can take away a little bit of that. Not like it's a medical cure, but somehow that rhythm hits that mind and it changes how fluid everything flows in the body, even for people who have mental afflictions. I mean, serious, obvious mental afflictions. And even for anyone who don't have anything serious or obvious, this drum can help you even yourself out, okay? Without necessarily having to blow some weed or whatever, or whatever, do any kind of, whatever. Yeah, you don't need to, get stupid high or get drunk. If you got to having a bad day, get yourself one of these, learn some rhythms, pay some people some good money, and you can get yourself straight. The energies also, they speak to everybody, right? Sometimes I go with my children in the park and we'll be in there just hanging out, right? And I'll start playing my drum. And everybody that's in the park, they do what they do. They play, they socialize, they with their children, they tap their feet or they don't, all right? And all the kids are playing and everybody's coming by. They might drop $1, I'll take it back because, I'm in the park with my kids. I'm not playing for no money.
Yeah.
But the children come up, oh, what's that? I want to play. Like, oh, hold on. So when the children come around, what I'll do is I'll try to play a little game with them, right? I said, okay, so you don't want to see what the drum can do? All right, we're going to play a game. See the whole park? I'm going to need y'all to race around the park. We're going to have a race. You got to run around the whole fence, run past everything. You can't cut across. And I make them all line up in front of the drum. And when I'm ready, you mark and set, go. And it's like a cartoon. They run around with the rhythm and they flying around the park. They can hear it. It's like it's carrying them around the park. And they breaking in to get around them. Nope, don't cut across. They break in to get around back. And the first one back, bow, smack the drum. And they'll do this about literally 15 times, right? And then their parents come up like, yo, how are you doing that? You like a pipe? I'm like, yo, don't say that. Nah. I'm not. This is not Pied Piper deal. I'm not gonna lead these children to the water or the slaughter. But yeah, yo, they love that rhythm. And now check it out. Here go the other side of that. All the little badasses out there, right? Pants around the fucking thighs ass niggas out there. When they hear the rhythm, see, they walking in the park to do the wrong thing, but they black. So the rhythm makes them do the right thing. They post up and then start doing this. And then, but watch them though. They straight, their bodies cannot not bop to that rhythm. So that bad intent in their heart can't take place just about because there's too much power from the drum. Plus, everybody else is on par with the drum. It might not be dancing, but they're running and playing, they're watching their children, they're barbecuing. Everybody that's there that has something good to do, they're doing it. Them ne'er-do-wells get pointed out real easy because they can't shake that rhythm. God damn it, much as they try. I know they black as a motherfucker, you can't shake that rhythm. It don't matter where you're from, you can't shake that rhythm. What we want to also talk to you about is the basis of the rhythm of the drum. We have 3 tones. What are they?
Well, the three tones, we refer to them as notes.
The notes. I'm sorry.
They have, it's all right. No, tones is correct, but we refer to them as notes because I'm gonna tell you this: we've been dissed. We've been dissed. You know what I mean? Like people talk about slavery, they talk about what people went through. They don't talk about what the drummers had to go through. Forget the drummers, the drum. Because wherever we went, they took away our drums. So Brazil, no drumming. All the Caribbean, no drumming. Because Mr. Vatican, the Pope, he said that. So what happened to us, We got crippled. So we start doing things, like, hand bone, start clicking the fingers. Yeah. We would use all those kind of things, take our mother's like utensils, bang, bang. Mama's coming.
Bust rap tunes on flat spoons.
You know what I'm saying? Mama's coming. You put it back in the drawer. So in 1959, Baba Olatunji come to the scene with that album. And when we hear Baba Olatunji, we have a whole lot of people to say also, that's part of that. To just drop a few, like Montego Joe, Baba Chief Horton Bay, it's like Pablo Richard Landrum, there's a lot of cats in there, But the thing with the drum, he brought the drum back in sound worldwide. People in New York, they're like Baba this, Baba that, but they're gonna talk about you, whether you're good or you're bad. But the bottom line is, when you say his name in any institution, it comes up positive and it's recorded, registered. So what he has done for the culture, like he brought Papalaji Camara from the Guinea Ballet, who wanted to stay here when he brought the Jolie. Baba hooked it up with Dag Hammarskjöld. He signed the paper to make Laji stay. Because Sekou Touré back in Guinea, he was like, nah, once you leave, you don't come back, you're not part of us. So he couldn't go back because he overstayed. But what happened to that was he was the only name in New York when you say djembe drum. Right? He worked with Baba, but two-man rats can't live in the same hole. If you want to understand that, it means two people like that powerful can't get together. They scratch and they separate.
They're clashing. They're not coming together.
Right, because they both have the same thing in the same place, so they have to separate it. So Papalaji went on to form his group, and both of them have gone to their maker. But God bless. But the drum is here, and you're looking at it. You might never seen the drum. You might say, "What's that, man?" What it is the tree, hollowed out, right? You hollow out the tree, and no holes on the side. Then you put the skin on the top, You put the skin on the top, right? The goat skin or cow skin or mule skin, calf skin, duck skin, quack skin, lizard skin, whatever skin is in your hood, you're going to use that. And then you make your drum sound. Now you got the bass, right? Which is kind of in the middle of the drum. Gives you that deep sound. That represents mama. Now I'm not cursing nobody. I'm not saying yo mama. I'm saying the mama of the drum.
That's like your heartbeat right there.
When you hear that sound, that's mama, right? Holds it down. They call that sound the bottom. Then the next sound you have is the tone, right? You get it off of the side of the drum. That's the tone, right? So you have bass, you have tone. Then you have a quick sound right where you get the tone. We call that the slap, right? It's a quick sound. If I went slow sound, I get a tone. But because I'm quick, I'm snap. The best example I have for the slap is you in New York City on the subway, and like you had your phone in your pocket. You get it? Someone took your phone, and they went. You didn't even know it was gone. You're like, where's my phone? You're in New York. They call that New York sport. So watch your back. Don't put your phone in your back pocket. New York, they take you off like that. Say, you saw my wallet? Yo, man, I think he gone with it, man.
Just that fast.
That's that fast. So that's your slap. So you got bass, tone, slap. But we go deeper than that, right? That's English, right? So what we say here, we want to make it an African sound. So we say goon, that's your bass. Then we say go, that's your tone. Then we say pa, P-A, that's your slap. So the drum say goon, go, pa. But we're not one-handed, right? We're two-handed. So we're going to go goon, goon, go, do, pa, ta. So the 5 notes. Goon, go, do, pa, ta. With those notes, you can write a song. The piano say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right? We say goon, go, do, pa, ta. You could talk whatever language you want, but that's the sound of the drum. So you might make goon into un. Some people say foon. Some people say hoon, because we got a big continent called Mama Africa. So you can't say one thing and say, all right, it's goon. But I'm just telling you, if you use that structure, what you'll have is a formula for banging music. Because we bang this music worldwide with Drums of Passion. You can go online, right? You got it. It's online. Go to the internet, wherever you want to go, and look it up. The Drums of Passion. So yeah, you got your notes, man. That's your notes.
I never really heard it explained that way before. Most of us call it bass, tone, and slap, and try to bass, tone, tone, bass, tone, tone, slap, tone, bass. And I hit him with you mean gungolo pop? What's that? Like, all right, okay, another problem. All right. Some of the guys I jam with are LaRock Bay and Bakande.
Boy.
Yeah, LaRock Bay go back. LaRock Bay is one of the oldest the oldest African dance school in America. Shout out to Jerome Hunter, proprietor of LaRock Bay. He does it all, drum and dance. It's a serious thing. Shout out to Jerome, my man. What's up? What was that like with the LaRock Bay influence? And that was a really, really big deal. That's kind of how some of my wife's cousins was formulated. You met a pretty young thing there, and bang bang, and oh, there he goes. So what was that like during those years to have the Rock Bay? You got Drums of Passion. What kind of energy you got, Fania? What kind of energy was flowing through the city around that time, raced around the drum? Like, how much of a king was you with that drum?
Man, well, first of all, nobody back then didn't know no Sanga of the Valley. Now, you know Sanga of the Valley. You just met him, right? He's sitting here talking to you. But back then, the name was Tony Francis.
Okay.
Now, Tony Francis working with Baba. We'll work with LaRock. We'll work with Russell Robertson. We'll work with Kimati Dini Zulu. We'll work with Lordy Mill. We'll work with Roots of Brazil. We'll work with couple dancing schools around the city because Tony Francis didn't come here to work with no one group. So I got to work with these groups because my thing is futuristic.
Right.
Back then. My thing was all about now. I used to tell people that, yo, when I'm 60, don't talk to me about no group and none of that. When I'm 60, I'm going to hook it. Now, we happened to get a group together because my son, Blood and Seed, asked me to teach him some rhythms. So I said, we just get a group together and we forget teaching the rhythms.
And, yeah,
We learn them and perform them.
because they came to me like, yo, we about to go get the djembes and get started. You got a drum?
Yeah.
I said, nah. I said, all right, bet. I'll go get one. So I ended up getting
Yeah,
two.
one time.
Oh, yeah, don't let me forget that drum. You got the big one, right?
Yeah,
right?
I got both.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so it's like, see, so the thing is like back in those days, coming back to the topic, back in those days, New York had an energy where it's like if you could make it on time, play the right rhythm, then people want you to be around them. There wasn't like New York wasn't like, oh, you with our group, you with us, nah, you down with us, yeah, we're down with us.
See, y'all was
down
out
with
there.
us.
Y'all was hustling.
Yeah, we was hustling.
Oh,
man.
my God. What?
But we was hustling them rhythms in our head. So like
Oh,
when you go to the
man.
Haitian class, you got to know the Haitian rhythms, or you can't play the class.
Okay.
So
That
when
makes
you go
sense.
to Brazilian class, you better know the Brazilian rhythms, or you ain't gonna play the class. And if you
Wow.
ain't playing the classes, that means you're not in the institution. You kind of like on the street corner hanging out, or you have a nine
oh,
to five.
man.
You have a 9 to 5, and you got to come on my place sometime. Oh yeah, I got a drum. I go out on Saturdays, man. I go up to the park. You know what I'm saying? But with us, it's like we wake up. We got to be at a class at 8 o'clock in the morning. Somebody stretching, and we keeping that time.
So that music made it very easy to work hard.
Yeah,
It made it very easy to make yourself available to go to work, to receive work, to conduct yourself professionally.
yeah.
I mean, just imagine those years ago, a little dirty ass city. You run around, the graffiti strewn trains, everybody not doing too well, and you got this magic maker, man. And everywhere you go, you meet up with people who do the same thing you do. Like that must have been a hell of a time, boy.
Yo, man,
Like,
New York was sweet, man. We used to walk down the street, roll our weed, walk down every corner here, loose joints, 3 bags, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Then came a guy named Giuliani. And he
yeah,
said, slow down,
B felony.
everything slow down.
Fuck Giuliani.
He raided everywhere.
Fuck him.
But you see, I wouldn't even give him that respect to say fuck him. Because fuck is a verb. And I just bury him. Like he doesn't exist anymore. I can't even say fuck him. Because you know what? He is fucked. You understand? If you get into the life of these
Yo,
people and their homes and how they carry their bodies and what's in their mind, if you really get a vision of them off of the
oh,
screen, you would really feel sorry for them. Like Christ, Christ said, forgive them, man. They don't know what they have done. And we the Christ, you know what I'm saying? Because it's that spirit.
yeah, man.
It's that spirit.
Everybody
And we
jumping out.
had that, man. We had that Christ spirit, man. Like, peace, brother. What's up, brother? What's happening, man? We just used to throw up the head, yo, what up? You see somebody on the train, yo, what's up, man? Then we went to Cuz. What up, Cuz? What up, Cuz? What do you think Cuz is? I'm your cousin. I'm your cousin from the slave ship. Don't push me. I'm close to the edge. We start getting verbal now, right? The drums were playing all the time, using that verbality in the park,
Right.
expressing that. You go to 72nd Street, drummers used to be right there, and skipping all them cats, they used to be right there. Then you go up in the Bronx, you had the Puerto Ricans used to be up there. You go down to Coney Island, they had a crew. You went to Queens, they had a crew. So it's like, and then what happened is when I started traveling, everywhere else had that. Chicago, we come down to the park. Atlanta, we go. They all had that. So you tell me now, how that got going? The drums of passion. You see what I mean? Just that album being out. Look, now check this history now. A guy named Carlos Santana. He plays a guitar. I don't know if you know him. His name is Carlos Santana. And he was walking in the park, chilling, just having a breezy day. And he was like, the drummers are playing, singing, Jingle, jingle bell, jingle, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, go bye bye, go bye bye. So Carlos say, yo, what was that song? I like that song. They say, you don't know what that song is? Man, that's on Baba's album. Baba who? Baba Olatunji. So he said, oh, I like that song. So what he did, he tracked the song, he purchased the song, right? 250,000 or something like that. And he bought the song and he did the song, put the guitar to it. And that song became the first world beat record. Because he's Mexican, the song is African, and his guitar is rock. So now you got world beat music, Jingle Oba. So you got to go to Santana with that album, but that comes from Olatunji, which came from his influence of the drum over there in his country, Nigeria, which come from that influence. So if we go outfluence, we got to keep the influence. So if we go in outfluence with all this electrical stuff, and the influence have to be kept. That's why I'm here. You see? And that's why you here.
Yes, sir.
Bringing this here. Bringing me here.
Shout out to S.STREET Media bringing us here.
Boop.
Math, Sosa,
Big
you know
up.
what it is, all day long. That, brah, brah, brah. Bucka. Yeah, man, this has been great, man. Like I told y'all, I'm bringing some dope guests on the show. We got the first drum, first African instrument. Blah, all day long. Yo, what up, Mav? We ready to take a little music break, or what we gonna do? What's up? How we feel? All right, we gonna keep rolling then. So, the rhythm to me, once again, African spirituality. African spirituality is a big deal in the black community because it's one of our ways of taking ourselves back to the essence so that we might reclaim our greatness. Like I said, one of the ways. Every nation around the world has a drum. Every nation around the world has a royalty. Every nation around the world started off as black people. That is just a fact. Not being a racist or a dickhead, that's you. So, when it comes to African spirituality or just any original cultural spirituality, right? Personally, for me, I think it's important to have that because it allows everybody to be at their own particular best with whatever spiritual aspect of life they want to cultivate or grow or express or explore. It allows everybody to kind of take themselves up for review and mold and grow themselves into something that they would prefer to be or something that they feel might help their community, might help their home. And I think it's also important in the community because, like I said, playing these drums outside, it changes people's mood. When you walk down the street and play the drum, the women gonna dance, the guys might dance. The kids definitely gonna run around, they gonna follow you and all type of stuff. I think that it's important also to like we said earlier, what Baba said, keeping this drum in your house. It's important that you have one, your sons have one, your daughters have one. This isn't just a male thing here. Okay, the women have to play it differently, but the energy is still the same. Like you said, the bottom note is mama. Okay? We all start from mama. We all do. Man might be king, but I wasn't born from my daddy's ass. Oh no. We not built for that. Only mama's built for that. Okay? And even the rhythm you hear now is one of the sacred Nabingi tribe. You ought to know who that is. I'm going to let this play for a minute.
Rastafari act, Babylon follow.
You know it. He know who he is. He don't have
Mm-hmm.
no choice. He know who he is. He know when he see the man, he see the man, he go, damn it, I can't say ourself, Lord and Master. I gotta say in God we trust.
One time.
Yeah, man. I'm loving this right now. Um, how does the rhythm heal? Right? If you know, I took did Chi Kung for years with my
Excuse
uncle,
me.
and he showed me how to manipulate energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what also made the drum interesting to me because when I would do that, I would take my kung fu stances and all that. I
Mm-hmm.
would sit in the Chi Kung stance and focus on the navel and get my presses and I play that rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had all my kung fu presses going, that rhythm came out flawless and it would attract big crowds and whatnot. Even when I played it, my uncle coming down the strip, right, coming toward the park, he see me playing the rhythm. He said, "Yo, man, I felt that from Mermaid Avenue. I'm over there back in Kaiser Park in the back by 27th Street playing this. Yo, man, I felt that on Mermaid, man,
You
for
know.
real." He's like, "You should act. I ain't gonna lie. I
Mm-hmm.
let that bring me to the park." He
Mm-hmm.
said, I hooked my navel up to your rhythm, and I swear the sucker brought him right to the park."
Yeah.
He said, "I felt you playing it from that far away." And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't playing loud at all. But this is also a man who spent 20 years doing Chi Kung, so his level of energy sensitivity is very, very high. But to say that was a real big compliment. It also showed me, like I said, how the rhythm makes energy flow. Um, for you, have you seen the rhythm heal people?
Oh, all the time, bro.
Okay.
Like I go to the subway a lot
Right.
because I can't practice in my house.
Mm.
Like I can't bang out here.
Right.
A lot of places you can't bang out, you know.
Mm.
So the thing is, when you're down there, you know, people are standing at that edge of that platform, and all kinds of things in their head. You know, like they ain't got enough money. You know, they're tired. They're tired. You know, they ain't got enough money. They're tired. You know, they're going through all kinds of changes, and you sitting right there playing the drum. You don't even know they're going through that. You know, and they're just hearing the drum pulls them back
Right.
from any kind of like further thought of any matter.
Mm.
You know, whether it's joyful thought, a sad thought, a humiliating thought. You know, today somebody jumped on the track this morning
Right.
on the number 2 line, you know,
Mm.
on 10th Street. So the thing is, like, you know, that's one aspect where the person just stops a person and make them formulate themselves mentally. Like, when was the last time I heard a drum? Man, that drum sounds good. They'll turn around. They'll look at the drum. They'll look at me. They'll look at my hat. And they'll realize, oh, I need to put some money in it. Then they'll come over. They'll drop the money. They'll take a card. See? They'll take a card. Why did they take a card? How many people walk by us? 2 million, 3 million, 4 million?
Mm.
This one person stopped. They want a card. That person takes the card. They call me or one of the brothers who's drumming there, right?
Right.
We come to the house. Somebody had a revelation while we was playing there. That person revelation, like the person never spoke, but they spoke when the drums were playing. That person was so shy, but when the drums played, they came out, and it was a total different person. And then that person gets a revelation to follow the sound of the drum. Next thing you know, that person is me. Next thing you know, like 50 something years later, still playing. You see what I mean? So you don't. The power. It's like you could be just like a taxi could roll by with a song, and that song you just hear that song like you want that song.
Right.
So what do? You don't trip. This is back in the day now. You don't trip. You go in the record shop and you say, yo, Eddie, what? You got this record? Boop 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 boop. What the hell is he singing? You know, it's got like, boop 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 boop. I heard it in the taxi this morning, and I think the horn says, ba ba ba. Oh yeah, man, that's that new Eddie Griffin song. Let me get that for you.
That
And next thing you go home with that, you know, boop,
Eddie
boop, boop,
Griffin
boop.
song.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you go home and you put that on, then somebody come over your house and they say, man, I like that record. Where'd you get that? I got that now. Next thing you know, sold out. Only because you heard out of that cab, that beat that hit you, you know. So the healing process. And then there's a thing where people come for healing. Uh-huh. They
A lot
were,
of reason why the white folks be keeping them drums. I got to stay afloat.
yeah, they were brought to be held, to be healed, you see? And that's another story. You see? That's when you do a whole thing. But that's in the religion of many sections of the ethnical background for the drum.
So Yoruba and all that. All right.
Yoruba, Shanti, they all have their thing. You know, the Arara, they all have their things. So the Lukumi in Cuba, the Condomble in Brazil, the Shango Baptist in Trinidad, Kwekwe in Guyana, and then the Garifunas, So, but when you break it all down, man, it's gonna come out of Nigeria, or it's gonna come out of Ghana. All them soul songs, James Brown, what's it, Johnny Taylor, all those rhythms were hidden rhythms, painted over
Do the
with
people.
with two sticks.
Yeah.
First it was the hand, and then they take two sticks because you can't play with the hand because it's banned. You can't have it in your group. You can't play it in your house. Police come. When you're gonna play this, you gotta go in the bush, way up in the bush, where they can't hear you, and still they hear you. Why?
Yeah.
The sound travels. Many were gone because of this drum. So we need a legislature. So we need to work on that. Everybody in the house, you need to get a legislature. It's a dream of mine to go down to old Black House. I don't say the White House, the Black House.
Yeah, because we built it.
Right. So it's a Black House painted white, and talk to these cats and get a legislature where they can lift this ban from 1892, because the thing is 1692. Sorry, because the thing is it's like if I'm playing this drum and somebody call up, like one of those I like your word, bro, regenerificated person call up, and the cops come, I have nothing to protect me. He could take this drum and smash this drum and bash this drum, and if I do anything, he could grab me and slam me and have me for 50 or 60 or 100 years, as long as they have Mumia, Abdul, they could hold you like that, bro.
Held Nelson for that long.
For one of those
27 years. And the funny part is, once they let him go, 10 years after, they revealed that every day they had him, they were slowly poisoning him, like putting small drops of poison in his food.
Man.
And they wouldn't let him go until he was loopy enough to cross his base. And that's when he got with the soccer firm and she was tearing shit up. Lil Wayne was fucking shit up with that soccer firm. And he said, are you seeing that, man? Are you seeing that, man? That's all he needed. That's all he needed to drive him apart was that. That's crazy. The specifics on the drum, right? Now show the people the ropes on the side there, because a lot of people who deal with djembes deal with the Remo drums that got the low key turns or the Latin percussion congas. By the way, the congas, the tune of the congas is supposed to be that way. The congas are a separate entity from the djembe, but it's not separate than the djembe. You get what I'm saying? But when you got djembes, it's supposed to have animal skin and pulling strings like that. The Remo brand is no good. And not because we don't like Remo, but it's no good. Okay, if you don't got tree wood and animal skin, you can't call the ancestors, right or wrong.
You're right.
So tell the people what's happening with all this intricate work down there. How does that work? Because you don't have that right there in Sam Ash, and people in Sam Ash can't tell you how to turn it. So when I walk in there and do my magic, and he say, "What are you doing?" I said, "What? Do, turn it, do. How'd you do that?" So I give him a little lesson on that. So for right now, show the people. I mean, like turn one of them, but like explain to people what the system does.
Okay, what the system do is it takes one line and it crosses with the other line. So once you cross it, it makes a diamond. This one don't have any diamonds because this one don't have any diamonds. But it make a diamond, it'll cross it, and what it'll do, it'll pull the head down. It'll pull the head down so it can get tighter, and the note goes up. So you got bass djembe, you got tenor djembe, and you got alto djembe. So those three sounds. So the bass djembe play all the low notes. So this would be a bass djembe because it's a low register. See, it registers low. So a drummer will play the drum you have. You see? So you got no question of who plays the high note.
Right.
Who plays the high note is the one who, who takes the shot, LeBron James or Hart. Is that a question? I don't think so. Right? Is Kevin Durant going to take the shot, or who's going to take the shot? Is Kevin or is what's Steph? Who's then going to take the shot?
Steph.
All right then. You see, it's easy math. You see, so with the drumming, no, we don't have the ego there. Because it's the drum you play.
I forgot you're a big time NBA fan too. Like,
Oh,
Lord
man,
have mercy.
Forget it, man.
All right.
Watching that game a long time.
Now the wood and the skin. 2 minutes. Explain the significance of that. Why is that so important? The wood and animal skin.
Well, originally it was just wood, and then they got the story, that Abraham said, "No, not your son, man. I got the goats for you, man. The lambs, all this stuff you can sacrifice. You don't need your son." So what they did was they got the rights to put the skin on, so they work with the skin now. But before, they used to call it the cran, and you can buy those things. They're still around, the cran. You can go out and get the crans. They're there. Go to Woola and you get the crans.
Shout out to Woola Drum. Shout out to...
you must shout out Woola.
Shout out to...
Woola.
Why I keep forgetting this dude's name?
It's Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah,
yes.
Man. You can't mess with
Marcus. He's the Peter Rosenberg of the djembe world.
There you go. How you like that?
Oh, shout out to Rosenberg. Shout out to Marcus at Woola Drum.
And Bamba, Bamba, of course. You the man.
Shout out to Bemba. Absolutely.
You're the man.
I do not forget that right there.
The foundation.
Foundation all day.
So there you go, and the wood and the skin, it works. There's a spirit in the wood, there's a spirit in the skin, and there's a spirit in you. And once that come together, we got the triangle for the harmony. So if I'm playing in Augusta, Georgia, you playing in New York City, you playing in Saigon, we playing and it's in the air. Like if I call you and you call me from New York, I call you from Saigon, we talking. So we do this with the drum, telepathically. We can do this, So just knowing, but I have to know that you're playing.
Absolutely.
So I know it's 4 o'clock, like we did back in the old days. Yo, where Norton at, man? Where Lord at? I don't know. What's the day? It's Tuesday, man. I don't see Tuesday. He don't come home till about 7. Check back. He go down to the club and then he be there. Then he pick up the money and then he come up the road. So about 7. I say about 7, right, Mick? Yeah. He be up here about 7. So then that's how we rolled back in the day.
Okay.
Because we were bonded by our word. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I gotta say, this is one of the best podcasts I've done. I've done a few of them, 3 of my own. It's one of my best shows yet.
All right.
Shout out to S.STREET Media for the opportunity.
Big
Math
up,
and
up.
Sosa. Shout out to Sangha of the Valley. We're gonna ride out. We're gonna ride out right now as the last of the rhythm. I appreciate y'all, New York City.
Gotta take you to Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, down to TNT. Hey. Hey.
All you have to say out there is Let me hear you. There we go. Oh, karanga, karanga, yeah. Ay, 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 yeah. Karanga, yeah. Oh, karanga, yeah. Ay, 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 yeah. Karanga, yeah. Now let me tell you this. This is a song to the Iron Man or Goon. See, Ilere, you want to be as strong as steel. That's why you asking to be as strong as steel. Steel is the only element when you burn it, you put it in water, it comes back steel. So you want to become as strong as steel for coming 2019, and beyond. So what we say? Ilere, Ilere.
Ilere.
Oh,